Thank you for coming out and supporting Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated as we put on our 2015 Kappa Week. Tonight we will start with an interview with President Dr. George Ross. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So, with no further ado.
Yes, tonight is the start of Kappa Week 2015, where the members of the Hetero chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi are interviewing our president tonight, President Dr. George Ross, and we are titling it Motivational Monday and a Night with the President.
I came because I've known the president. He's from Flint, Michigan, my hometown, so I just wanted to come out, support the men of Kappa Alpha Psi, and also the President Ross, and see what information he has to give us.
How y'all doing? Good. I want to thank Brandon for inviting me here tonight. I seize every opportunity I can get to meet and interact with students. As I go around campus and talk to students, please notice I have no vice presidents with me. I have no associate vice presidents with me, no deans, no communications people, just me and you. So hopefully we can get a pretty good dialogue going here tonight. I want to tell you a little bit about me, and it won't necessarily be something you will read when you read my vita on the website. And it's going to talk about the degrees I've earned, and I may get into that a little bit, but you can read about all of that. But I want to share a few things about me that you probably don't know. The whole universe of students I run into here on campus that I read about, that I interact with on other campuses. I think students, when I was an undergrad particularly, were a little tougher minded than students now. And what I mean by that, and you may have heard this, and this is not to be a criticism, I'm just trying to give you an honest observation. There are some expectations with younger students that I run into now about, I'm going to get it now. And the lack of patience of having to work for it. Back in a long time ago. I tell you that because we all come from someplace, but it's not where you come from. It's where you end up going, and the decisions that you make along the way. I'm one of 12 children, and I want to tell you as I kind of tell my story that I realize that each and every one of you in this room has a story. And mine isn't any more special than anybody else's, because most people I've met in my life have had a struggle of some sort. And the purpose of telling my story is to let you know that when I say I'm a farm kid from Mississippi, I am. When I say I'm from a big family, I am. I'm the middle child. There were 6 older than me and 5 younger. I had 8 brothers and 3 sisters. Maybe all of you were easy in your households, born with that proverbial silver spoon in your mouth, but I doubt it. Most people just aren't. Again, I tell you my story just to help you understand. I understand we all have stories, we all have struggles, we all have challenges. It's how we choose to deal with those challenges that makes the difference about how we function and grow as individuals. My career is, I'm a finance guy. I'm an accountant, CPA. Most of my work has been with finance, with somebody else's money. And you don't get to handle hundreds of millions of dollars unless there's competency there, unless there's integrity there. People value talent. I value talent. But talent's got to be built on character, integrity, and competence. You have to work at it. I still work at it every day. I just told Brandon, I am now in hour 13 on this particular day. Typical work week is right around 70 hours, and it will be a little more, but my wife makes me shut down after church on Sunday. She kind of insisted on that, which is probably a good thing.
First question, Dr. Ross. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food? So they don't give me softball questions. I like that. I probably had it last night. I eat out probably course of a 7-day week, probably in the course of a month, a 30-day month, I'm probably eating out 20 of those days as far as dinner. Very seldom have lunch at home. But when I'm in town, I have breakfast. Every morning I have oatmeal. It's something that started years ago when I was recovering from cancer and I didn't have any appetite. My wife stuffed me full of oatmeal, so I'm pretty boring on oatmeal. Every morning, oatmeal and bananas, orange juice. But my favorite food is Southern food. Anybody from the South or parents from the South? I had one of my favorite dishes last night. I had pinto beans and cornbread. God, I'm straight. I'm very easy to feed. Ask my wife. But beans and greens, cornbread. If I'm eating meat, it's probably a piece of baked chicken or a piece of salmon or something like that. So I have this theory about music, which means when y'all get to old school, I think you're in trouble. See, I'm stuck in old school. But old school for me is Motown back in the 60s and 70s. I still listen to music that I listened to as a teenager and a young adult in my 20s. That's mostly why I listen to it. I couldn't even name probably 99% of the rappers out there right now. I just don't listen to it. And I know that's foreign to you because when I was your age, my parents would look at me and my daddy would talk about people who used to perform back in the 30s and 40s. I thought he was just so old. And if I talked about the Temptations or the Four Tops or Gladys, they didn't know who I was talking about. He was talking about performers from an age that was foreign to me. I don't listen to rap music, not that I'm anti-rap music, but I'm just stuck where I am. I'm stuck in 1960, 1970, 1980.
You like the Gap Band?
I like the Gap Band, yes ma'am.
That's actually the station playing right now.
Is that what you think? I will, I don't have a lot of music on my phone, but I listen to Luther over and over again. And some of you like, Luther who, right? Y'all get it? You're not that young? So on my satellite radio, I turned it to 49 Soul Town, and I listen to it all the time. When I first saw that news story about what happened with SAE on that campus, it was a reminder to me that we've got a lot of work yet still to do. We've got to be willing to talk about the challenges. If people are mistreating each other, and the ignorance, and when I say ignorance, it's really lack of knowledge for young black, young white students and adults, young Hispanics. I encourage you to read the history. I can sit here as a black man and with vivid memories of being not able to eat in certain restaurants, which seems almost foreign, I would think, to you. And my mother taking me off of a Greyhound bus between Washington, D.C. and Jackson, Mississippi, and having to take us to a different restaurant. Or taking those box lunches on the Greyhound because we couldn't eat inside the restaurants. Vivid memories of that. So while we have come a ways as a country, as a community, as a society in this country, what happened in Oklahoma reminds us we have a ways to go. I think when incidents like that happen, people should be held accountable. We can't ignore it. We have to talk openly about it. I was in this room about 3 or 4 weeks ago with a group of international students and a young man sitting over on this side from Syria, I think, mentioned to the audience, an audience like this one, about some slurs being said in the classroom here about him being from the Middle East. It's unacceptable. I'm going to say to you what I said to him in reference to your question. If that's happening on this campus, in this community, in your communities at home, you got to speak out about it. I think it's regrettable. I think it was sad. I wasn't angry. It kind of sickened me a little bit that those young men on that video would be that bold, that ignorant, to be, or do what they did. It was disgusting.